set with the disc on this break sideline, the flat mark, we're going to take a look at two ways that teams play this. One, which is becoming more popular, is to have the defender play behind the disc, forcing the reset to go upfield. The reason why some teams do this is they have the mark take away this part of the field, and this defender forcing this upfield cut is taking away this big swing. Now the one problem with this defense is this lefty backhand is becoming a lot more popular, and more talented throwers are throwing the high release flick, the outside in leader, and just other ways to get this throw off for power position without a mark. So another option is that teams are playing this tight, deny defense where the defender is going to lock in and look and just react wherever this player goes. The one downside is that they don't see this throw come up, and many teams are just going to leave their reset out into space. Let's get back to the film to see a third way to stop both of those options. Alright, with those two areas to defend in mind, let's take a look here, and you're going to notice that Cranston is going to set up upfield to stop that lefty backhand area. However, you're going to notice from this lock in on his defender, he's going to take his right foot and open it up to face the thrower. Right there. Now, he's got the up line lefty backhand covered. That throw's not an option. And he's going to be able to see when Mac pivots to throw that around out to space. As soon as he's going to see Mac pivot, he's able to jump that throw and shut it down. This is a new way to play defense, kind of facing the thrower, and presents a lot of challenges and some confusion. Let's take a look here. If we roll the film, Mac's going to pump fake downfield, look to square up, Cranston bites, shuts it down, and now they're faced with a really tough throw just to get the disc off the sideline. Facing the thrower as a reset defender, especially on the break side, has to be something you try going forward. Let's run it back full speed so you can see David how he goes from his defender, opens his hips, checks in with the disc, and then jumps the route when he knows Mac is looking to get that swing off. In this next clip, we're going to see how important it is to play team defense and not just win your one-on-one matchup. Here, Dick comes out with a side stack with an isolated cutter. They get the disc up to him, and now we still have a side stack on this left side of the field, but Cranston is starting to drift to this open side. Now, playing last back is definitely something a lot of teams do. But one thing I see fundamentally wrong on almost every level is that when you have a last back, they need to communicate to the other cutters that they need to jump the unders. Too many teams have a last back and still give up this huge under. So right now, Cranston's communicating with Alex Fall that he's got all the space covered so he can sell out on the under and shut it down. So you're going to notice here, Fall sees this and jumps this under and shuts down the cut almost to the fact where he overruns this, which is totally fine because he still has this help back. Now there's three kind of ways to play last back. I would say maybe two. One is you can flash for a second or two. Now if you flash as a last back and say, I got your help for 1 or 2 seconds, then Fall might not be able to gamble all the way there. But since Cranston's camped out and Fall knows this, then he can completely sell out. He's beat here by a yard or two, but has help over the top. Here I'm just going to break down the last back on the whiteboard. Now your normal last back is just responsible for shutting down this area of the field. And as we discussed in the film, he's communicating to his defenders in pink to overshoot these throws and to shut down this area of the field. What you can also do in this situation is, since this area of the field is almost impossible to throw, because it's just so far and the disc is going to float forever to get there, is you can have the other weak side player almost set up another bracket with the last back on these two players. So there's no easy passes down to the break side. This is known as the triangle and should be implemented into your defense, either to stop pulls or just on the fly using the triangle as a bracket on the open side and sending somebody underneath everybody on the break side. This last clip, we're going to take a look at David, who's marking up against Tanner Johnson. About a month after this game, at the Northeast Regional, possibly final, a video surfaced of Tanner dumping the Frisbee, sprinting 60 yards, and catching 4 goals against GOAT. With that in mind, Tanner's go-to move, or one of them, is the throw, put your head down, and go deep. So with that in mind, David is going to show how to play smart physical defense and stop a cut early on. So you'll notice Tanner throws his flick here and starts to go deep. David, there's a little contact here, but if you notice, that contact is initiated by Tanner running into David. A lot of players here, if they're playing defense, are going to fall back or start to turn their hips because they're afraid of that contact.